मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय गुरवे शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादी नगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधाम्यग्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने। वासुदेवेन्द्रयोगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते। We will read the line that we have completed and then move further. Sthula shariram kim panchīkrita panchamahābhūtaihi kritam sad karmajanyam sukha dukkha bhogayatanam asti jayate vardhate viparinamate apakshiyate vinashyati षड्भाव विकारैः युक्तं यद् तत्स्थूल शरीरं So, in the Tattva Viveka, Atma eva satyam tadanyat sarvam mithya iti jnanam. So what is this Atma then? Because the Atma is satyam. So in order for one to understand Atma, lakshanas were given. Now, we must know by now, that is, whenever anything becomes evident, there are two prerequisites, and those are the availability of lakshana and pramana. Lakshana pramanabhyam vastu siddhi natu pratijñā matrena. Anything becomes evident, siddha, a thing becomes evident through lakshana and the pramana. Just by declaring the name or with sentences, this is there, so and so, it does not become evident. One requires appropriate pramana to be employed, and also the lakshana, the characteristics of that object to be there. Then we provide you a very common example, which is that of a cow. Assuming that a person does not know what a cow is, What is a cow? If this has to be known to the person, if that animal has to, if he does not know, even if the cow comes and sits next to him, the person will not know that this animal is called as cow. Okay, he may at the most have the idea that this is some animal, not a human being. Uh, but he cannot know it is a cow. So we give a lakshana. Lakshana is the distinguishing characteristic. Those things which are present exclusively in the cow. That what is exclusively present in the cow. And those characteristics do not occur in any other animal, any other any other entity. Okay, they should not be there. If you say cow is a mammal, no, mammalness will be there even in the whale. Mammalness is there even in some marsupial kangaroo, a zebra, a giraffe, a fox, a jackal. What is a cow? So, providing that characteristic, saying it is a mammal is not sufficient enough. It is inadequate. It is the fact that cow is a mammal, but it is inadequate for you to identify what is cow. Correct? Tomorrow somebody brings a camel and says this is mammal. So is that a cow? That cannot be a cow. So we require a characteristic which is exclusively belonging to the cow. Another thing is that this characteristic also should be such that it should be present in every cow. Someone says cow is brown in color. It is true, there are brown cows. But there are white cows, black cows, spotted cows. So even this kind of a characteristic definition is not adequate. Why? Because it is found only in one section of what you want to identify. Correct? Then, hey, that characteristic should also be realistic. You cannot say cow is something that flies or something. Huh? Cow is an animal only with which has got one hoof. If you observe cows and yeah, the hoof is bifurcated. Horse, etc., the hoof is not bifurcated. So if we say it is an animal with a single hoof, not good. You will miss the target. So the characteristic which has to be given has to be such that it will be exclusive to the cow. It will be identified in every cow, not only in one part. Then it should be also really be present. Got it? Now, when such characteristic is given to you and you have the eyes open, so the pramana is also there, lakshana is also there, and thus when the pramana and lakshana equipped with pramana and lakshana, now when the animals come, first comes a kangaroo, a donkey, a deer, a goat, an elephant, you will be able to reject it. Not cow, not cow, not cow. And when those characteristics meet, you will say, this is a cow. Whether that cow is a short one or a big one, whether it is black or brown, eh, you will not miss the cow. You will be able to see what is a cow. So when you are going to ask what is Atma? What is Atma? It is already there in some way. It is not that it is totally unknown entity. I am, this knowledge is there. But now, presently, it is all covered up under confusion. It is all covered. Alright? Then what happens is, what is the Praman? You know Atma, but you don't know Atma is Brahman. You know Atma as this body, as the Karta, Bhokta, the doer, the experiencer. Okay? But one does not know Atma is Brahman. So there is a problem. Not knowing is there. And whatever you know about Atma, it is erroneous. There is a need to know. Because the opening sentence said, what is Atma? Atma kaha? What is that? Tattva Vivekaha? What is the Tattva Viveka? Atma eva satyam tadanyat sarvam mithya. What anityam? Mithya. Iti jnanam. So now, does your knowledge, does your experience match this sentence? There is disparity. There is a disparity. What disparity is there? Atma Satyam. Okay, I am real. I am not something fictitious. Alright. I am real. Because I can see, I can touch, I can feel, I am happy, I am sad. All these pratyayas are available. Besides everybody, including my parents who want to ignore me, my neighbor who does not take notice of me, but for them I am still a reality. So no, 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 no. Atma eva satyam. Is there that availability? That I alone am is real. Tadanyat sarvam mithya. No. And therefore, there is a disparity between what you know and what is being spoken. Okay? When you find two statements are made about the same object, and both the statements are different, then that means that either of them is correct or both of them are wrong, and some third sentence only would be correct. There are only these possibilities that this is a snake, this is a rope. Both the statements are about this same object. When we find two different sentences about the same object, then now arises that both of them, of both of them, one of them has to be right, then naturally implied is the other one is wrong, or both of them are wrong. And you can say both of them are wrong only if you have a third one which can be said as right. I will replace this word satyam. Let us not even replace it. Let us keep it this way. Replace a little later. When it is said, Atma is Satyam, Atma is Satyam, and add evakar to it. Atma eva Satyam. Atma alone is Satyam. That is the statement. What could be the other statement opposite to it? No, no. Let us not think about the anatma, concerning atma only. That atma is not satyam, correct? When there is a statement atma is satyam, the other possible sentence would be atma is not satyam. Or there can be atma is also satyam. You can say atma is also satyam only if you have a previous knowledge that atma is, there is a statement which claimed atma is not satyam, and in order to refute, negate that statement, the third statement can be there, atma is also satyam. Do you have anything like that? Do you have any other statement like this which says that something other than atma, whatever that may be, whatever is there other than atma is satyam? Do you have a statement like this? And therefore atma is also satyam. The third statement has got no chance to enter over there to make a presence. So now what is the possibility? The only other one. Atma is Satyam or Atma is not Satyam. Got this? Atma is Satyam or Atma is not. Now, another one. Take another statement. Look at this. This is how we start thinking, analyzing clearly. This is not jumbo mumbo business. It is not some jumbo. Now turn your eyes here, there, whatever. You have gone through all that, enough of that circus. And this fellow has come with Shamadama. He cannot be misled now. The possibility that one can be misled is there only if you are going to be allured by some strange or common desire. From you cannot be misled because Vivek, Vairagya, all these things are already present. And that is why we said these are the prerequisites. Shama Dama. Got the idea? What say? Huh? Another sentence is Atma is Purnam. Okay? This is a nice sentence. You will appreciate this more. Atma is Purnam. The meaning of word Purnam is complete. In Maharashtra and Gujarat, they make one's food thing, what is it? Vyanjan, Puran Poli, like the paranthas of the Punjabis, but it is sweet with chana, gram. That is called as Puran. Puran nahi hai ye, Purnam. Okay? Otherwise, Purna becomes Puran in Punjabi. Like Karna becomes Karan, Mera Karan Arjun. Hey, Karan. Puran. Purnam. Purnam means complete. Now, the statement is Atma is complete. And this can be appreciated by everyone because each one of us, every person, every living being strives to find completeness. He is striving for completeness. Somebody is striving, he feels that he will be complete when he has plenty of money, when he has plenty of pleasures. Somebody feels that he will be complete only after he, gets chutkara from this wife or that husband. So what is he wanting? Complete. And now the statement is this Atma, the I, the self, is already complete. You have another statement to contradict it because it was present with you before. The statement is already present with you. I am incomplete. We have different ways of saying it. I am sad, I am dissatisfied, eh? I am feeling unfulfilled. I feel I have failed. I am a loser. All these statements are what? Just saying one thing, I am incomplete. This statement was there already with you. And that's why one is going to strive till the last breath for what? To find fulfillment, completeness. So the statement that is available with you about I, about Atma is incomplete. Against it now comes another statement from the Upanishad. Atma is Purnam, complete. So now there are two statements which are about the same thing, Atma. Sorry, Purnam and Apurnam. Okay, Purnam and Apurnam. Got it? Now, when these two statements are there, they don't mean the same thing. In fact, they are totally opposite. You can't have this kind of a thing about the same object. It can't be both the things at the same time. It cannot be both at the same time. What is this animal? Oh, what is this? This is a parrot, and then another. This is a dog. This is a dog. This is a parrot. If it is not, oh well, the front side is parrot, the back side is dog. Then it is neither parrot nor dog, it is some other strange animal only. Then the problem will be the front side is flying, the back side is running. What exactly is it doing then? So you can't have two sentences, two different sentences about the same object. Got it? Purnam. And therefore now comes the responsibility of verification. This is verification. The Pramana already has done the job by saying Atma is Brahma, Purnam. It has already done. Now, when the Pramana has generated that knowledge Atma is Brahman, yet this seems to be filled with contradiction. And this contradiction has to be resolved. So, this resolution will happen only by verifying, analyzing this or that. There cannot be anything in between now. There is no third sentence available. You cannot make a third sentence. Atma is Purnam and Atma is Apurnam. Can you have third sentence like this? Is Purnam and also Apurnam. Not possible. And that is why now you are left only with these two sentences. Is Atma Purnam or is Atma Apurnam? Verify it. Therefore, now when it is said Atma eva Satyam, this sentence has come to refute, to negate something that was already there with you. Because you said, are you all there with me or is it going tangent? Because you were saying, I am Satyam. The world is also Satyam. And because this world is Satyam, it is a challenge because every moment the world is pouncing upon me to crush me down, and I am resisting with all my might to hold the wheel behind. Whether it is the time, whether it is something else, but everything seems to be wanting to crush my existence. The time wants to pulverize my existence. Challenge. So I find that I am real, the world is also real. This is there, and therefore now your statement is that I and the world are the only two components of every experience, and in this, I, the world is real, and I is also real. What is the statement that you have now? Also real. And therefore, when the statement comes from the Veda, Atma eva satyam, what does it do? It is negating what you have. It is doing a function. आत्मा अपि सत्यम नहीं, आत्मा एव सत्यम. Oh, and by implication it goes jagat mithya tadanyat sarvam mithya iti. Huh? Got that statement clear? The statement, are you able to follow that? The first Tattva Viveka thing. Uh-huh. So it is not just a statement like this. You say it is very profound. Then what happens? So therefore now we have to find out what is the meaning of this word I, Atma, which is Satyam. And not Satyam, Eva Satyam. Huh? How? Eva Satyam. Let us look. So, certain things were mentioned. Said, Sthula Sukshma Karana Sharira Vyatiriktaha is different from the Atma. Is different from what? From the three bodies. From the three bodies. Now don't talk to us about this, some teacher from or whatever spiritual leader from the South India. Three bodies, one body in Himalaya, one body here, and another body in Swargalok. So, no. The three bodies are Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, and Karana Sharira. That which is other than these three bodies is Atma. So, what is the Sthula Sharira? The first part of that statement. Sthula Shariram Kim. Panchikrita Pancha Mahabhutaihi Kritam. That which is composed, made up of. What is the material? Pancha Mahabhutas. Okay, it is made up of, but how the Pancha Mahabhutas? Panchikrita, the grossified. In this book also we will go through this process of Panchikaranam a little later, and it's not a very, very complex or a very difficult thing, a very simple thing. This is not our main Siddhanta. What is the Mukhya Siddhanta? Atma eva Satyam. This is the Siddhanta. Atma Satyam is also not the Siddhanta. What is this Siddhanta means? The final thing to be understood. What is it? Atma Satyam is not. What is there? Ahatma eva Satyam. आई बात पकड़ में आ रही है? This is where we got to reach. Panchikaranam and all, this is a process that Bhagavati Shruti employs, the Veda employs. For what? So that Eva Satyam can be understood. Okay? Now, Panchi, so the body, Sthula body, the gross body is how Panchi Krita Panchamahabhutaihi Kritam. But sir, every body is composed of this grossified five elements, whether it is a mosquito, an ant, an elephant, a giraffe, or my neighbor. All of them are from forest. Why do you say like that about your neighbor? See, because all the animals take bath only in rainy season. So also my neighbor. So everybody is Panchikrita Panchamahabhuta composed of all these. Then what is the difference? What creates this as a man, this as a woman, this as tall, this as this body is short, this body. Why? What is it? This is healthy, this is not healthy from the birth itself, or something develops later on. What is that? So now it says, sir, it is not. Therefore, we will have to conclude that just Panchamahabhutas is the material, but there is something more which makes every body different, and that is karma, and that is why karma janyam, born out of karma. Karma means purvakrita karma, that whatever was done earlier, now as a result of that karma, this is the body that is there. Karma janyam. In Laghu Vasudeva, we have seen it that karma is also of three types: Papa karma, Punya karma, and Mishra karma. Amongst even the all the three, it further trifurcates as Uttama, Madhyama, and Samanya. To talk only about the human birth, human form, it says that body in which the it becomes cooperative body in following a life of karma yoga, following the life of karma yoga. Then after going to the guru, identifying the guru, finding the guru, and then following Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam, right up to fructification of Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. Okay? Mukti. So that body which becomes capable of going through till the final culmination of life. Culmination of life is not dying, okay? for heaven's sake. Culmination of life is then what happens? This is the result of Utkrishta Mishra Karma, Mishraji. Then we have the second one, that when a person is able to have a body in which the life of dharma, righteousness, and this righteousness is not so that he can prove to others, I'm good, and you are. Because he does that because he does not see an option to it. There is no option. We all drink water or eat food. Now, to eat food, there is only one inlet. You cannot put food and all that. So, there is only one right way. Do you have an option? So, also, the one who now lives a righteous life, he does not see an option that this is the only way to do it. So, when righteousness becomes the way of living, that body which takes to righteousness as the way of living, only righteousness, such a body is the phalam of madhyama mishra karma. And then where the person lives only for gaining some pleasures and survival, just survival and pleasures. Now that survival will even cover pleasure part at a biological level. Why that pleasure also? Because that promises survival of the species. That's why. And survival of the member of that species is also survival instinct. Both of these are survival. When life is lived only for these two things, pleasure and security, then he is also a human being only. That body is also that of a human being. But it is a result of what karma? Ah, Mishra karma only because it is human. But how is that karma? Ordinary. Even if that fellow happens to be a king, even if he happens to be born with a golden spoon, forget silver spoon, golden spoon in the mouth, and if his concerns are just these two, security and pleasure, such a body is a result of samanya mishra karma. Why? Because it cannot take him to dharma or moksha. Okay? Therefore, the sthula deha, what is this gross body? Composed of the panchikrita panchamahabhutas, the five elements. But how? Just the elements now? No. Grossified five elements and karma. Got it? Karmajanyam sukha dukkha bhogayatanam. It is ayatanam. Ayatanam means a shelter. Ayatanam means a shelter. It also means home, a place, location. Sorry. Ayatanam. It is a place for what? where contact with the world can be had from where? Okay, this will be better sentence. From where? From where means now a location. So location, a place. Ayatanam. From where the world can be contacted, and the contact with the world invariably becomes sukha dukkham. This is the place where the sukha dukkham is experienced. Therefore, it is called as bhoga ayatanam. Bhoga ayatanam. The bhoga is in what form? Sukham and dukkham, which means sukham, dukkham, and mixture of sukham and dukkham. Black and white means shades of grey. Correct? Black and white. Sukham and dukkham. This is the gross body. Now, about this gross body, it is said that this gross body has 6 bhava vikaras. It has 6 bhava vikaras. Vikara is modification. Modifications associated with an object that is existing. Bhava vikara. With the existing object. Bhava vikara. So it is existing, it is found to be. So whenever something is that is going to be said, it will be said with the word is. The table is. Carpet is. Bhava. Body is. Is what? Is there. It is there. Where? Whether it is in the womb or out of the womb, is there. Asti. Then Jayate is born. Then you say it is born. It is found to be born. Whatever we are trying to identify the gross body. And now find out wherever all these things meet, that composed of Panchikirta Panchamahabhutas, with the karma giving it the special shape, and then associated with 6 modifications. All these things should be there. Then it will be called as gross body. And sukha, bhogayatanam, main important thing is bhogayatanam. Okay, not to forget that. Then asti, jayate is born. Then vardhate. What happens? Vardhate means it grows. Viparinamate, changes. The toddler, the infant becomes the toddler. The toddler becomes the child. The child becomes the teenager. The teenager becomes a nuisance. Teenager. Changes are there. Viparinamate. Then apakshiyate. It reaches a point of its full development. And then after what begins? There is still change, but that change is not development. It is now sliding down the other side of the mountain. Apakshiyate. Starts deteriorating, declining. Apakshiyate. And then what is the final bhava vikara? Final modification? Vinashyati, destruction, gone. Correct. So wherever you are going to find all these six, that which becomes the place to experience sukha dukkhas, that which is the result of the karma and composed of the grossified five elements, is called as stula sharira. What about the atma, sir? That what is not the stula sharira is atma. Oh, maybe you're talking about the mind. You are talking, and that's why we have to add one more lakshana. Other than the sthula sharira, other than the subtle sharira, sukshma sharira too. So now the next lakshana, part of that lakshana. Sukshma shariram kim अpanchīkrita panchamahabhūtaihi kritam sat karmajanya sukhadi bhoga sadhanam jnanendriyani pancha कर्मेन्द्रियाणि पंच प्राणादयः प्राणादयः पंच मनश्चैकम् बुद्धिरेका एवं सप्तदशकलाभिः सह तिष्ठति यत् तत् सूक्ष्मशरीरम्. That part is also not there in that. Punch comes order is but all words are all words. Okay. Generally, a lot of variation should not occur in a word which is so small. And it was not much in circulation till half a century ago. There can be some variations when the work is bigger and the scribe is sometimes sleeping. You know, right, how they would write like this on the palm leaves. I've kept it there. And this is a recent work done with a ball pen. Those were the days you actually, if you ever go to Madras and all, go to the GOML library, their government library, only to see the manuscripts. Thousands of manuscripts, millions have been destroyed by time, by invaders, by abuse, by neglect, worms, floods, fire, several things. So they would find the palm leaves, dry them, and with a very sharp, you have to see, because the space that was available was not bigger than that, two fingers, this much, and in which they have to write 4 lines or 5 lines. Maximum has to sit, this is the size, 1 foot, a little over 1 foot. So they would have the very pointed thing, and they would write like that. Small aksharas. It will be what? Not writing. Scratch it. Scratch the surface of that, and then after scratching it, it's not done. They will make very fine powder of the charcoal, mix it with oil, and smear it over this. Are you listening, Sharmaji? How they used to write? Uh, then no, they get tired. They wake up early, do so, and then smear it on the surface of that leaf, and then wipe it out. So the ink, that charcoal powder, will go and sit into the part which is scratched. Now, even if that scribe was to make a little up and down, akshara changes, the letter changes. Or just imagine that having written the whole page, now last line he makes a mistake. What to do? What to do? So he says that, okay, let me add a line to rectify it, and then a line gets inserted. That line becomes interpolation because it is not there in the original work. Or maybe somebody who is writing the book, I mean, because the copy has to be made, he wants to make his own footnote there. And there was no system that this is a footnote, this is the original work. He would add it just there in that same place and it becomes interpolation. Now this becomes the reason for Pathabheda. That this reading from South India, that corner, that school, is different from what we found in Varanasi. Pathabhed is there. One word is missing in Kashmiri manuscript found in Kashmir. Same book found there. Now you imagine there is, or maybe one the word looks different over here because some worm decided to eat away that part of the palm leaf. Huh? Hmm. And later on, after 100 years, those people who they said that let us put the eucalyptus oil and the charcoal powder, and now instead of myrrh, it looks like bhur. Somewhere they said in Durga Saptashati there is one line, Bharyam Rakshatu Bhairavi. So this fellow is praying to Durga in the form of Bhairavi, saying, may Bhairavi protect my wife. Rakshatu. So Rakshatu. May Bhairavi protect my wife. And then this worm goes over there and does some mischief. 100 years later, he puts it, wants to read. He reads, Bharyam Bhakshatu Bhairavi. May Bhairavi, the terrible one, may she devour my wife. This, this worm, he did that. Bharyam Bhakshatu Bhairavi. Very careful. So, no, if he says, okay, whatever my forefathers have left, I will read from there only. So he has to match it with other, find out where is another copy somewhere in Bihar. travels with his copy to that Bihar only to match one word. Imagine. It was not easy. And with all these things, this is what you read today was retained. Imagine the amount of sacrifice these people have made for generations to preserve one word. And now, when everything is available to you so easily in print, in that, now you say, oh, who's going to learn Sanskrit? Who's going to learn this? You tell now. If you don't even have that much titiksha and that much of sacrifice for it, it just proves that we are not worthy of it. That vidya will not come. इतना भी त्याग नहीं कर सकते, क्या मिलने वाला है? सब मुफ्त का ऐसे ऐसे you tell no, we will not even give up this much, our time, our energy. Learn to understand, when we respect it, then it will be retained with you. Then it will become yours. Knowledge belongs to whom? Belongs to whom? The one who understands, isn't it? Knowledge does not belong to any race, any person. It belongs to him. It is nobody's monopoly. Knowledge belongs to the one who understands. And who will understand? The one who is willing to dedicate, do little sacrifice. To him, the Vidya will bless. Saraswati, Sharada will bless. And this knowledge, this Vidya, Saraswati, Sharada, very compassionate, Uma Bhagavati. And when there is knowledge, what happens? Gone ignorance, with going of the ignorance, Jivan Mukti eva siddhyati. Moksho siddhyati. With this much, the result is Ananta Phalam. So what we are handling is not ordinary. You should understand the value of it. Anyway, so even if there is Pathbhed, it's fine. We'll go ahead. Both the Pathas are that way. They are not making any difference in the meaning. Sukshma Shariram Kim. What is this? Sukshma Sharira. What is Sukshma Sharira? Not thin body. Sukshma. Swamiji, I don't have any Sukshma Sharira. Why? You don't know my weight. Hey, Baba, Sukshma Sharira everyone has. Feel happy. Then what is Sukshma Shariram? Apanchikrita Pancha Mahabhutai. Made of what? Made up of Pancha Mahabhutas only. But these Pancha Mahabhutas have not undergone grossification. And because they have not undergone grossification, how are they? Subtle. They are subtle. Why are they subtle? Because they are not gross. That's it. This is the answer. Why are they subtle? Not gross, isn't it? Because they have not become gross. The same Panchamahabhutas only will become gross when they have not become gross. They are not gross and hence subtle. So, apanchikruta panchamahabhutaihi kritam sat. This is also karmajanyam. Even to have mind, emotions, which will be conducive to moksha and dharma, is karmajanyam. Not only that we require a stool body like that to walk the spiritual path or the path of dharma, but we even require heart intelligence which is naturally inclined towards this. That's why you cannot convince anybody. You can't convince somebody walk dharma. The whole thing is not about convincing. The one who will be convinced and is getting convinced is because he already has an inclination. He already has an inclination. That's why. And I have also found this. I'll support it with inference. Sambalitam. You know what? After watching so many Westerners give up animal products, giving up animal products, so many people give up so many things for different reasons. But basically, this fellow is born in a culture where non-vegetarian food or non-veg was always food. Since the Annaprashanam only will begin with chicken soup or something. Huh? Isn't it? Huh? Annaprashan means Pratham Annaprashan, whatever other than the infancy milk, that fellow will have the first annam, something, first solid food. When the digestive system has slowly matured, getting 7 months, 6 months, first Annaprashanam, first food morsel that fellow will eat. And it could be some, rice mixed with little fish soup, light. It begins from there, and still this fellow now looks forward. It is not because he is being convinced. He always wanted to. If you observe those people, because you will come across even those people who say we know that, but we can't do this. Inclination he had, not that lack of information, lack of inclination. Whatever he will do mananam only if he is inclined, wanting to do it. You cannot force anybody do mananam. Think about it. He will say, forget it. Who is going to think? So many people are crying, oh, so many koalas are getting burnt in the Australian fire. But when they say some animal is burnt and kept in his plate, he says, such a nice thing. Roasted and kept turkey. Thank you. Thanksgiving. inclination. Where is that inclination coming from? It is purvakrit karma, samskaras. That's why, in one way, satsanga is a form. We can just say that that is what gives the real fuel to Purushartha, keeping the company. Whether he does things in this life or not, but it will create an impression. It will leave an impression. That's why in our place there used to be a custom that parents will at least take their children to see the saints or Mahatmas. Beta namaskar karo. Whether he understands, he does not understand is not the thing. Some impression is left. And this is what is respected. When he grows up, not necessarily that he is going to go and follow a Mahatma or anything, but there will be an impression somewhere. That samskara will be left. So if we are going to be in such company, whether you do it now, you don't do it is another thing. Whatever is good, it will leave a samskara. As much as whatever is good leaves a samskara, even Papa leaves a samskara. That's why company. If you remember, the first instruction of the second Sadhan Panchakam, second verse, that person now is told, Nijagriha Turnam Vinirgamyatam. First verse is finished, that he has left his home. He's gone out of his comfort, securities, dropped them behind. What is the next one? Sangha Satsu Vidhiyatam. Seek the company of saints, good people. And that good means not necessarily that they are enlightened or anything, but at least it is satsang. They are discussing Atma. They are not discussing all their politics and, Ragadvesha. Sangha Satsu Vidhi, very important. Well, so now, even this is also Karmajanyam. It is Panchamahabhutaihi Kritam. But how? Apanchikrita Panchamahabhutaihi Kritam. Karmajanyam. Sukha Dukkhadi Bhoga Sadhanam. The gross body was said to be Bhoga Ayatanam. Do you notice the change in the word? That was the location where the experiences can be had. And this is not a location. It is the instrument, the equipment through which the experiences can be had. This is what? The tool to gather the experiences. The bacteria is always microscopic, but you will see the bacteria only if you have microscope. If you don't have that tool, how will you see? So this is now a tool for experiences to be had. Finally, what do you mean by experience? Sukha dukkham. The continuum of shades. Okay? Yan, what are the sadhanas now? They are being numbered over here. Jnanendriyani pancha. The 5 organs of knowledge. Jnanendriyas are also called as the Buddhi Indriyas. But the word Jnanendriyas to make it less confusing. Jnanendriyani Pancha. 5 organs of knowledge. And you all know that. Then Karmendriyani Pancha. This Pancha, it is Pancha, it is not Punch. Okay? It is what? Pancha. Not Sangeeta, what is this? Punjabis will only punch. Pancha. Pranadayaha Pancha. The 5 pranas. And the vital air. Prana. It is also 5-fold. Manascha ekam. Mind. And 1 buddhi. Thank God, you have only 1 buddhi. You have got only 1 buddhi? I have got 2. And that's why you are more confused. Everybody has only 1 buddhi rekha. So thus they all become how many? 17. If you remember the Laghu Vasudeva, these 17 are called as Linga Sharira. Okay. Evam saptadashakalabhihi sahatishtati. That which is there with these 17 parts, components, purze, 17 parts. Atishtati tat sukshma shariram, that is called as sukshma sharira. Which is not. This is punch line. This is not Atma. Okay? Up to what time are we allowed to? Done. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Wait a minute. Is there Mr. Mukashi on the line? Yes. All right. Here is the answer for your question. How many types of vairagyas are there? According to the Yoga Sutra, the vairagya gradually grows, and this growth is in 4 stages. So instead of calling it types, let us call it as 4 stages. So these 4 stages of vairagya are according to the Yoga Sutra. What is the first one? Yatamana vairagya. Yatamana means where the person strives. He strives. Where he finds that this is my weakness. So, in order to overcome it, he strives. Feels that, well, I can't live without this. Let me let me try it at least for one day. I can't even live without onion garlic for even for one day. Why? You were born with onion garlic. In one hand onion, one hand garlic. Huh? Try one day. Start on Mondays, one day of a week, and you will discover that yes, you can easily. That day you didn't even remember your food did not have onion garlic. Discovering this striving is yatamana vairagya, where one strives. Then there is the second stage is called as yatamana vairagya. Vyatireka. Vyatireka means now the seeker looks how much he has covered and how much more he has to do. He takes a reading. He takes a through his observation, introspection. That is called as Vyatireka Vairagya. Then the third one is called as Ekendriya, which means Bahya Pravritti is not there. That externally the person will not be found to be chasing any sense objects or anything. Not there. But internally the person feels the pinch. And so the movement is not there in the Bahya Indriyas. It is there only in one Indriya called as the mind. Okay.
He's not acting.
He does not.
Think it, but he's not acting.
But then even that thinking is also much subtler than ours, okay? Because if that thinking itself is strong, it will create even the body, etc., to move out in the world for those objects. So it is there, but it is so thin that only he feels it inside, but it is not strong enough to create an action in the external world. That is called as Ekendriya. And finally, Vashikar. So, Vashikar means where the person does not feel even a stir for objects of this world or for the objects of the other world. He does not have even slightest stir. There is not even a ripple. That is called as Vashikara Vairagya. Now, up to from Yatamana to the Vashikara Vairagya, this is called technically as Apara Vairagya, which is upper means the lower in Sanskrit, not the upper of English. So it will not be UPPER, it will be APAR. Apara Vairagya. Apara Vairagya, not Upper Vairagya. Then there is Para Vairagya, where the Vishaya Vitrishna is there. Not Trishna, Vitrishna. No thirst at all for the Vishayas. whether those Vishayas objects are of this or the other world. No Ichcha, no Trishna, no thirst, no longing, no craving is felt. This is Apara Vairagya. And where finally even Guna Vaitrishnam takes place, where the person now finds that, well, now there is a need for this Sattva Guna to be repeated, to come over here to play. The Guna Vaitrishnam, where there is Guna Vaitrishnam, that is called as Paravairagya. Okay. So the first stage is Aparavairagya, the next stage is Paravairagya. This Paravairagya is seen where the asamprajnata samadhi starts becoming crystallized. This whole explanation is according to the Yoga Sutra. Now, according to Vedanta, we have two. Tivra Vairagya and Tivra Tama Vairagya. Intense and very intense. Okay. Intense and very intense. So, Vairagya is the basic determining factor for sannyas. Where the Vairagya is Tivra, sannyas should take place, and in which the person, if he is capable, bodily able, then he will take to Parivrajanam. He will go to tirthas, walk down to the pilgrim places, shrines, etc. And if he is not, he will become Kutichaka. He will live in one place away from his relatives, etc. But he may go for bhiksha, not sit with them, huक्का लेके. Come on, आओ बेटा 100 साल जियो. अरे तुम्हारा वो कब करोगे बेटी की शादी, देखे कि नहीं कोई, अरे कोई. No such things. नस्त्या उठाते भी नहीं. That is, he will live. Such a person, because he is not capable, the body, so he is then given Kuti Chaka Sannyasa, where the Vairagya is Tivratama, and there is Moksha, Vividisha. It becomes, Vividisha means Veditum Ichcha, wanting to know Brahman. And when these meet, it becomes the cause for Paramahamsa Vairagya, Sannyasa. Hamsa and Paramahamsa. Okay, these are the, and this is responsible for moksha, whether it is the Jivan Mukti and eventually Videha Mukti. Whereas the Tivra Vairagya gives Mukti, but it will be Krama Mukti. This is how Vedanta sees it. Hamsa and Paramahamsa, these are the divisions of sannyas. Hamsa is also a sannyasi wanting to know Brahma. And he who has known and is established in Brahma is Paramahamsa. Shrotriya Brahmanishta. Okay? That is Paramahamsa. Then, this is according to Vedanta. According to the Laukika Kavis, but who are spiritual also, according to them, they classify the Vairagya with very interesting names. They say there is Vairagya, but that some Vairagya is Shmashana Vairagya. Shmashana Vairagya means when they see a close friend or a relative die, then he says, what is there about this world? And then no sooner after the cremation, today what will you make for dinner? Which means as long as he's standing in the cremation ground, in that smashana, he feels that the world is transitory, ephemeral. He becomes very philosophical there only. Suddenly, you will feel, oh, kaun hai? Gautam Buddha. But that Gautam Buddha will be only there as long as he is in the cremation ground. In Kashi, right outside that Manikarnika, there is Kachori Gali. So people will take them, Ram, Nam, Satya, and all that. Now, as they are carrying that dead body, till then they will say, God alone is real, God alone, the God's name is real, it's Ram, Nam, Satya. And then they will then cremate this fellow. This Kachori Gali is very famous. Nice kachoris we get. The fried savories. घर नहीं ले जा सकते ना अभी यहीं पे खा लो we can't take it home na let's eat it here only and go don't know this women folk will take some time to cook and all eat इसमें अच्छा नहीं है उसमें जरा बड़ी वाली दिख रही है what happened to your vairagya Ram Nam Satya hai and all left it there only in the smashan so such kind of vairagya is called as smashana vairagya then there is another kind called as the markata vairagya markata means monkey how the monkey jumps now and then it is hopping so now there is no the occasion you're not waiting for to take somebody to cremation ground for vairagya but it comes and goes intense you're sitting over there in the morning hey bhagwan I want nothing else but only you and this happens only in the morning by afternoon you have already jumped huh? Which stocks what is what where huh? Why you wanted only God huh? This morning but also other things did I say that is called markata vairagya and then there is one which is real vairagya so these are the various divisions how it is classified different types of vairagya uparati is uparati means giving up of karma which is in three ways explained one is nishkama karma anushtana the other one is sannyasa and the third one is called as vyavahara lopa so these are the division. These are the various uparatis and vairagyas. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Meditation Swamiji, then we have an announcement by Rohit, and then we have a yoga class. So how do you want to go about it, Swamiji?
What time should I end the meditation? Quickly tell me.
Anuj, what time do you want to
No, what time does the yoga start? I have a wrong question. Sade. Okay, so you have only 15 minutes. You can meditate.
You will talk about it in the morning. Okay. Good. Thanks.
Arey, hepa.